Hello Taurus, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 8th through January 14th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now we're going to dive into your general energies, find out what it is that you need to know, what is going on with you, what is your situation, what is the message coming through for you. Well, look at that. We've got a 7 of Cups. So let's put that into some context, all right? That could mean a couple different things. So let's find out exactly what is going on. A lot of air energy here. Pretty good balance of things. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to leave that right there. We're not going to look at that until the very end. So please stick around to the end of the video. And we'll see if that can, tie the reading together, give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end. Okay. So we've got some major, some water, earth, earth. We've got some major, some water and air. Okay, so it seems to be a fairly decent balance of elements here. We don't have a lot of fire energy. The fire energy that we do have, I'm just going to go right to it. That is this tower energy in the immediate future. I think you're looking forward to a real kind of breakthrough of some kind, okay? I think there is some pent-up energy. I think there's something going on in your life that you need freedom from, right? You need to be released from some kind of, I don't want to say bond, but some kind of energetic blockage, some kind of, I think it's all of the fire energy that we don't see here in the reading is all kind of underneath the surface, and it really needs that breakthrough. It really needs that kind of crack in the mantle in order to flow out and be expressed, okay? So I think this is coming in the near future. This is going to be that breakthrough moment for you. This is going to be that feeling of maybe a release of pressure, right? Some kind of a relief, an expression of that fire energy. It's going to be able to flow again, right? So whatever has been kind of stopping up your creativity, I think that's going to finally give way, and you're going to have this tower moment. Okay, so this is, the tower in this case is kind of an escape from whatever's locking us up right now, right? And we see some air energy here that might be kind of locking us up. The first thing, though, that we need to deal with is this 7 of Cups, and I really think that this card represents all the ways that we deal with our stress. Okay. All the ways that we deal with our negative emotions, the things that we turn to in order to cope with the difficulties of life, right? This could be food, it could be drink, it could be TV, it could be any of the, 7 deadly sins, let's say. But this is just kind of a card that's suggesting that there might be healthier alternatives, or that somehow we have to get out of this pattern of not escapism, but of turning towards the kind of usual things, right? The usual suspects when we're dealing with something that's stressful, something that maybe feels negative, something that is kind of damming up or locking up our creativity, our spiritual fire. I think we have a tendency to turn toward things that we know are not really good for us, but they're comforting. Does that make sense? So these are, the 7 deadly sins, sleeping all day and just, eating whatever we want. And it's just a response that we have toward stress. It's something that just kind of comforts us, right? And I think that this is what needs to be dealt with in the immediate time frame, like right now at this moment. I think we need to consider this. Why are we here? Why are we in this kind of position? What is the stress that's going on? What is keeping us kind of locked up and enabling us or allowing us or pushing us toward this indulgence in these coping mechanisms? Okay. First of all, the recent past. Okay, this was some real harmony and love and beauty in your life. I think there was something going on recently that was just perfect, amazing, absolutely fantastic. Could be a relationship with a romantic partner. It could be, a career thing, a business thing. It was really this feeling that your inner life, your inner world, your feelings, your emotions, your sense of purpose, right? Your abundance of joy and love was being mirrored in the external world. The universe seemed to be resonating with you. Seemed like you were just on the same frequency, or the universe was on the same frequency with you, okay? Everyone you meet you would vibe with them. Every type of project you would start would just succeed in a beautiful way, right? It really seemed like things were very harmonious for you. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if this is still kind of the case, but you are, for whatever reason, kind of turning away from that, or it's overwhelming, or it's almost like when things are going really, really good, it's kind of like you're waiting for the disaster. You know what I mean? And so I think that's why we're here with the Seven of Cups, and I think why we have these swords around us like we do now. So before I go to the card that's kind of crossing your path, I'm going to deal with the vertical axis here on the path of the dove, because we have this Seven of Cups right in the middle, right? This is kind of our problem right now, is that even though things seem perfect, things seem amazing, and everything seems to be going well, there's still this tendency or this habit of yours to have these negative emotions, to feel like there's some kind of disaster pending, right? Like you're waiting for the shoe to drop kind of thing. And that's leading you to deal with this stress by turning to your coping mechanisms, okay? And the first thing that we see, yes, is this Eight of Swords at the top of the path of the dove. This, I think, is what you're kind of focused on. This is where your mind is at. You feel like you are kind of locked in, kind of stuck, that you're in this kind of, mental prison, so to speak. I know it's kind of obvious with the Eight of Swords, right? Where we feel like we're in a really bad spot. We're in a really kind of precarious situation, a dangerous situation, and that there's no way out. Even though it looks like things are perfect, things are really harmonious. The universe seems to be resonating with you. But yet you feel this anxiety. I think with this card, especially with the Eight of Swords, I think you're overthinking it. I think that you're building up these scenarios of disaster, and this is too good to be true, and there's no way that things can be this good for me. There's no way that all of this is happening. And so you're creating this kind of like prison, or like this dungeon for yourself, okay? And that's where we get the Seven of Cups. So I think it is a lot of our own mind kind of ensnaring us in all of these like negative disaster kind of scenarios, right? And so we feel like we're kind of trapped in this way of thinking, or trapped in this situation. Again, even though it looks like everything's harmonious, everything seems to be pretty good. With the Six of Cups, I don't see any problems with that, but for some reason, you feel stuck. You feel trapped in this way of thinking. And like I said, it could be just this kind of anxiety and stress and frustration that we kind of create this web around us, this web of thoughts, this complexity, this over-analyzing, overthinking, just web of confusion and doubt, self-doubt. So I think that this is kind of what you're looking at. You're looking at all these swords around you, all of these potential disasters, right? And those are kind of keeping you in this Seven of Cups thing. Now, below everything, we see more air energy, the Nine of Swords. And this is a lot of that kind of mental energy that I think comes from a very deep place in you. I think it's probably has to do with, your past history, let's say. Okay, because I feel like this is, an unconscious thing for you. It's something that's kind of just been learned or like built into you over the years. And this really is like that pessimism, or that feeling like when things are going really good, there's got to be a disaster here somewhere. It has to be too good to be true. There has to be like some element of danger, or this is all fake, or it's a lot of that kind of thinking. I don't want to get too far into it. I think you know what I mean. But this is contributing to that Eight of Swords. We're just we're being locked in. It's not like we're afraid of all of this success and harmony, But when things are going too good, it really makes us question. We really start to get suspicious of things, you know? And I think that's why we see the 8 and 9 of Swords here. It's that really you're sinking deeper and deeper into your own mind, and your own mind is creating this kind of prison for you, basically. And the immediate future, you're going to be breaking out of that, okay? I see that this is you really busting through the walls of this kind of dungeon that we've created, okay? And what is the energy that's going to help us to break through that? Well, it's going to be love. It's going to be compassion. It's going to be empathy. It's going to be this water sign person, I think. I don't know who this person is. They might be just a coworker, like a really like a close personal friend that's a coworker. It could be a sibling, a family member, could be your romantic partner. Okay, I mentioned the coworker kind of situation because of your connection card on the path of the serpent here, which we'll get to. So this is either someone that you like live with or someone that's involved in your work life. Okay, because there is that physical closeness. But I feel like it's going to be through their kind of just their love, their support, their compassion that's going to help you to have this breakthrough. And, you know, again, in a situation like this, I don't think it's another person is responsible for our happiness or responsible for freeing us from whatever dungeon we put ourselves in, or that we have to rely on someone else to do things for us because we're not capable. No, I don't think that's it. I think other people very often are the catalyst for this kind of spiritual breakthrough. Okay? They're a projection in some ways of your means of escape, right? It's not that you're waiting for someone to come and save you, but other people can be the symbol that we need. They can be that trigger, that impulse that we need to transmute this energy, to reach our next level, to have our breakthroughs. Sometimes it needs to be initiated by an interaction, a conversation, just another person in our life or another event or something external, okay? But that doesn't mean that we're relying on someone else to do the work for us. I just want to make that clear. But I think this is a water sign person in your life, and I think that they are someone very close to you, a lot of compassion, a lot of love, a lot of support. I don't know that it's romantic. It might be. But I feel like they really have this feeling, this sense of like wanting to take care of you, or not in a like a weak or disempowering kind of way, but in just a compassionate way. They want to see you happy. They really do care about you. So it could be a romantic partner, but that's not the focus here. The focus is their real sense of love and care for you. Okay. But I think it's through some sort of interaction with this person that gives you the impulse, begins this process, initiates this breakthrough, this escape from this prison that you're in, and this wonderful release of this energy and tension and into this creative kind of freedom, right? This fire energy is going to come out, and it's going to be, I think, potentially a very productive fire energy. Let's move over to the path of the serpent now. I want to talk about some of this earth energy. Here is your general energy. This is kind of leading me to think that this is in some way work or finances related. With this Ace of Discs, this is kind of the seeds that are being planted for your success, right? I think that, if things are really this good and harmonious and the world is resonating with you, I think that it's some work that you've done to plant this seed, to, intentionally focus on what's going to bring you success in your life, whether it's, money or just your position or the other things that you consider your success, right? Your family, your friends, your well-being, your health, success generally. I think you've done a lot of work toward that end. And now you're starting to see all of this potential start to manifest, start to be realized. Okay, so this seed is starting to grow. And I think it's really looking a lot like this Six of Cups. And that's, we're back here to the path of the dove and this anxiety kind of response that you have. But I think you're very much focused on doing the right things now to secure the kind of future that you want. Okay, you're very, very practical in that way, but you're very, very thoughtful in the sense that you have a far-reaching vision, right? You can understand how the work that you do now, the business that you do now, is going to have effects down the line. Okay, that's what I see in your general energy. What we see in terms of your relationship, the way that you relate to people, and this could be, okay, this was the connection card, and I said that this is telling me that the water sign person that really cares about you, they're someone that you are in a very close physical proximity with, either in the workplace or in the home, someone that you live with, someone that you work with, but you're very close with them. I still feel like that is true. I feel like you also have this this feeling like no matter how much work you do, no matter how much you think this is like a solid thing that you're doing, and you're really creating like a solid foundation, a solid basis, you're beginning everything in the right way, you still feel this anxiety. You still feel like things are so uncertain. Even though things seem to be going well, things seem to be resonating, there's harmony, there's cooperation, there's love, it's just a good vibe in general. You still feel like the ground beneath you is shifting and swaying and just very unstable. Okay? So this could be in a kind of a majority way about your finances or about your career situation or your physical life, right? And the security or the stability of that. It could be health related too. But it seems a little bit more financial to me, or career, work related. But there's this general sense that even the relationships that you have with these people, with all of this cooperation, all of this resonance, right? You feel like that is unstable, and that is shifting, and that is uncertain, and that is causing anxiety, right? Even though right now you seem to be in this perfect harmony with everyone and everything, you still have this generalized kind of anxiety that things are shifting, things are unstable, things are not permanent, right? Which, that's a reality that we all have to face. But I think it is affecting you strongly right now. And that's why we have this Seven of Cups. Okay. But the next card here is more of this Cups energy. I think that this really is this same water sign person, the person that cares about you very much, the person with whom you're in close physical proximity, either in the workplace or at home. I feel like they're really going to be reaching out to you. I think they're going to be, offering you something, even if it's just, a hand, even if it's a shoulder, even if it's taking you out to lunch, offering you a meal, whatever it is. I feel like they're going to be reaching out to you, and that it's going to be that catalyst that you need. It's going to be that sign or that synchronicity that you need in order to kind of wake up a little bit and start to pull yourself out of this Seven of Cups, out of these swords, and get ready for this energetic breakthrough, right? It might come in a flash, this breakthrough, this release of energy. It might be more of a gradual release of this fire energy, or of a feeling that this energy is growing within you, right? And it's creating this sense of power and ambition and confidence and strength again, vitality. I think this water sign person, is very important here. I think they're really going to be that catalyst, right? The next card that we see is this Hanged Man. This is more of this water. This is, well, a couple of things. This is kind of telling us that, look, you can choose to just remain in this position if you want. This is not, it's not something that anyone else is doing to you. It's not something that the universe is forcing you to endure. This is a position that you kind of are willingly in, okay? And, I say willingly because there are always choices that we can make to try to, work in a different direction, okay? But I know a lot of the times this might not feel like there's any choice. It might not feel like something that you chose to do. But that may be. But there's always a choice that we can make to do something else, right? So in that sense, this Hanged Man is saying, look, you're in this position, yeah, but you're capable of just kind of getting up out of it, okay? This kind of voluntary suffering is some of the energy of the Hanged Man here. It's like you're in this position. It's kind of like that Eight of Swords, right? The Eight of Swords is that person who is, at least in the Rider-Waite deck, they're bound, they're blindfolded. They feel like they're a prisoner. They have no escape. But they don't know that all of these swords are around them, and they can just kind of cut themselves free, and they can escape this like field of swords that are all around them, you know? So it's like this feeling that we're stuck, this feeling that we're trapped or imprisoned, but the means of escape are right there. We just have to take advantage of it. We have to just kind of be aware, right? We have to wake up just a little bit to know kind of where we're standing and what's around us and formulate a path. And it's kind of like that here. It's, we're in this position, this uncomfortable position, this suffering, this immersion in this water, right, in this Seven of Cups. We're kind of doing that thing. And we may feel like there's no alternative. But there is. The Hanged Man could, with a little bit of effort, can reach up and untie the rope and get themselves down. Okay? But it's not that easy. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a signal from the external world, a little bit of some kind of synchronicity, some kind of a sign, something to act as that catalyst. I think it's this water sign person. But let's find out what this confirmation card has to say. What is in this mystery card here? I don't know what this could be. Maybe some more cups, maybe a Three of Cups, maybe an Empress energy, right? But let's find out. No, this is that fire energy. This is a Five of Wands. I think this is really the way to get out of this situation. Is it that little bit of effort that this Hanged Man needs to reach up, untie the rope, get themselves down. This is the Five of Wands. This is some of this fiery energy that is used to fight, used to battle. Don't just kind of roll over and take it. You have to put in the effort. You have to get mad, right? Get angry, get a little riled up, make the change, make the effort. Reach up and untie the rope using your own, just kind of your own strength, your own bodily energy, just to get up and do it. So this is that initial kind of rush of fire. And I think that this might be that first, the first effort to kind of to put that crack, that chink in the mantle that's going to let some of this fire energy out. I think this might be the first crack, that first effort that's going to just cause this whole explosion of creative energy. And I think you'll be back on track. I think you've had a lot of busy weeks. I think there's been a lot going on with you. You've been, I think, very productive. If I'm kind of remembering the past readings, I think you've been very productive. You've had a lot of stuff going on. You've been doing a lot of work. So now this is just a temporary setback. You're in this temporary position, but you have the strength. You just need to dig deep, utilize it, make that first effort, that first move. And I think you'll be inspired by this water sign person to take the initiative and break through just enough, put just enough of a crack in the wall that this fire energy can do the rest, We're going to take a look at this in the extended. If you want to become a member to the channel, it's a great way to support us here at Dove and Serpent Tarot. The information is down in the description box. And this was your weekly tarot reading for January 8th through 14th. I thank you so much.